Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 2. I already hear a groaner somewhere around here. Let's see if we can find him. Nope. Just a figment of my imagination. Yep, no ghost here. Okay. Well everyone, in the last episode we put together most of this interior. Actually, basically the whole interior. And I am still happy with how it came out, which is awesome. As you can see, it is winter, which means I actually haven't been on the server in a little while, because I have been busy recording other videos and doing other things, and real life doing things. But we have, looks like a pretty good harvest. Thought I saw a dead thing down there, but nope. I think we'll leave it for now, because we still have tons of storage full of grains and onions in our little hut, and still nowhere to put them. And that's going to be part of today's goal. We are going to... You hear that? Weird. Anyway, we are going to... no ghosts here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nope, nope, nope. Nothing to see here. Nothing at all. Nothing. Not a soul. Not a demon. Not a ghost. Anyway, today we are going to rectify the storage situation. Oops, if we don't drop our bowl on the ground. But it looks like someone came through and needed some grass, which is cool. So we now have a nice bare area to work with. A barrier. What we're going to do today, though, is we're going to build a little cellar. A cellar, if you will. And it's going to hang out under here. Probably an extra block down, because I don't want to have this pillar in my way. I don't want to have the stairs showing as part of the wall, so the ceiling blocks need to be right below this stair here. But yeah, we'll try to figure it out. I'm going to get a 7x7 cellar if we can, because we want as much space as possible for storing all of our stuff. With the caveat that I might make a little sort of light baffle. We have to come down here and like go down a hallway to get into it, because the cellar's efficacy depends on how much light you're getting from the sun. Now, we're not getting a ton here, but it would still cause a decrease in the cellar's effectiveness. So, let's just close you, keep the bunnies away while we're talking. So yeah, that is the goal. Let's go look at our inventory of materials. I do want to continue using mostly the same materials. Let's see, we have plenty of conglomerate stuff, except for... We're getting low on stones, and that's because I made a bunch of these with them. We have a bit of limestone left. I think we have more upstairs, but not a ton. And then we have plenty of chalk sand and stones, but not chalk stone. And then we have this andesite stone brick, and I have kind of some dreams of using some of this in our build, because we have a very tightly themed build here. As far as colors, we have the sort of white and off-white of the walls. We have the yellow of the sandstone, although most of this will be getting hidden. And then we have the red. That's a very small and tight color palette. And so I thought it'd be fun to add some blue in here with the andesite as a contrast for some of the acacia. So let's talk about what I want to do with this. And that is, I want to make a set of paths that comes from each door to this central area. And then I think from our cellar, I might actually put... Oh, I know what I could do. I could put like a little balcony here, and rather than having the ladder descend straight into the cellar, it would come to this balcony. And then you could enter from the side of the balcony, and then I'll run some path up to here, but they'll all come and join here in the middle, with this one being sort of the odd man out because we will have to branch the path off of here. And then we'll have some columns coming down here, and then we can put something interesting under here. So with that, I think it's time for us to get to work. How's my inventory? So-so. My shovel is less than so-so. Let's fix that part. Alright, with the limited number of hours in the winter days, let's get to it. Okay, our first order of business is I want to actually harvest up this grass, because we've used a whole bunch of it mostly for firing the pit kilns, but I have some plans to use some of the strewn straw blocks for some of the floors here where the animals are going to live, and so we need some grass for that. So, we're gonna get this done. And then we need to do some rabbit cleanup. We have some wascally rabbits to hunt. Bye-bye. Our next goal is to realize just how dark it is in here. So let's go grab some more lights. And this won't be perfect, but at least it will make us feel a little bit less like we're in a dungeon here. There, nice and homey. So what we're going to do next is we're going to dig out, starting with our broken shovel, we're going to dig out the area that will become our path. Now I think I'm actually going to start this one more block back, like this, right straight into the middle. And then straight down to these guys. One down to the back door, and then one more from the front. And then before this grass has time to regrow, I'm going to fill it in with this path. Okay, with our paths in place and our lights set down, what we're going to do here is I want to bring columns down from this corner, that corner, and then this corner, because it is right below the actual floor corner up there, and then this corner here. And I'm thinking we're going to use the acacia logs. Now leave them unstripped this time, unlike above, because I want to use the acacia wood down here as a bit of an accent color to go along with everything else we're doing. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to probably tear out this subfloor here, since I forgot to before, and we will just start with this. There we go. And then we'll do it again 3 more times. Okay, now our house and our fort is no longer just a mysteriously floating slab of stone. We now have actual supports here. Probably not nearly enough for, realistic support, but it'll do. I'll take what I can get. Now, we are going to have to reroute these paths, and I think what I might do is I might actually send these under here, and we'll just have this sort of be solid out to maybe here or here, and then we'll just do a sloped ceiling underneath these the rest of the way up. But that is for later Corazar. Now Corazar is hungry. Now for our cellar here, I think we're going to do a probably 3-block high cellar, which means our floor, rather our ceiling, needs to be here in order to not have a wooden ceiling. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, and our floor will be here. Let's see how much room that gives us down here. That's actually not too bad. That is not bad at all. We can work with that. Now, for the materials, I was thinking how we would go about building this fort here. On the exterior, we want to have, we want to present our best foot, or in our case, our best walls. I think for the interior, what we'd start doing, because downstairs is sort of a work area, and it's going to get dirty, it's going to get grungy, we're probably not going to be using as much of the smooth stone. So I think what we'll do is I'm probably going to grab some limestone and maybe some conglomerate and focus mostly on the dry stone and especially the cobblestone with maybe some of the gravel thrown in. And the reason for that is that under here, while it's going to be shielded from the elements, this is where we get like water leaks coming in and stuff, so we're not going to have the nice pristine chalk rock because it would get sort of, watery and moldy and get all gross. So I think that's what we'll do. We're going to use some of the limestone as our top level, maybe the top 2 or so levels of wall here, and then underneath that we will start using the conglomerate. And then underneath here we will use the acacia wood to make some arches, And I might even actually use acacia logs right here across, because this part won't be floor. It won't be considered part of the cellar. So it won't affect the effectiveness of the cellar. Alright, let's build us a cellar. Okay, so we have this little platform in here, and I was going to actually go up here and do a bit of this around the top for some nice wood trim. And there we go, all done. So the next thing is to figure out how to get up and down from here, because currently this is just an empty room with no exits except for onto the balcony. And the balcony has no exits aside from jumping over to the stairs, like so. And that's not good. So I was thinking of like maybe dropping a staircase down to here and doing something with a spiral or turn. And if you've been watching my other series, then I think you might understand why I'm against a spiral staircase. So I think what I want to do here is I do want to do a staircase, but only up. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do the staircase like here, I think. Yeah, let's do it like that, because this is a dead end up here. So we can safely, I think, we should be able to, yeah, we'll put like a staircase here so we can come in from our fields and just head down a staircase here. Maybe we'll have to hang a turn here, then that's fine. But that way we can get down from there. And then for getting down from here, it's going to be a cheap solution. It's going to be a real cheap solution. But I'm just going to put ladders basically at all of these corners on the north and south sides. Yep. El cheapo solutiono. That's how it's going to be. But I will actually use full-size ladders. So let's see, for these stairs, let's just drop like so, and then we'll need to have a landing here. This is ugly, so we're going to just tear this out, and I will think of something else. Okay, I think I've got it. Now hear me out, hear me out. So the problem I'm running into is that if I were to try to drill down here in these corners, we end up on top of the acacia log, meaning we're on top of the wall, not inside the room. I didn't think of that. So that means that our... I don't hear anything, do you? Nope, nope, me neither. Don't hear nothing. Nope, not me. So that means that our ladder down needs to be on one of these blocks here. Now, there are very few places that really make sense to do it. One is right here, on either side of the door. But I feel like having that, like, pop out right outside the door might be a little weird. Especially coming down from right here, you'd sort of have to walk on the trap door. I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to stop hearing things. Yep, I'm going to stop hearing, listening to the voices in my head. I'm gonna be hungry in the morning, aren't I? Okay, it's morning, sort of. My head's still full of noises. My belly is definitely not full of anything, though. Okay, as I was saying, so we could put them here and or here, as far as ladders down. I was thinking, what if we instead moved this guy just like, I don't know, here. Maybe not quite square. It looks a little silly when it's too square. There we go. And, oh good, happy dreams are coming soon. I love happy dreams. And then maybe we can pare down some of this again a little harder. So maybe, maybe we need a new chisel here soon. But let's go ahead and try putting a hammer in our hand. And let's just move this back a little bit. Can we get under here? We cannot quite get under there. I think it needs to go back a little bit more. And maybe even a tiny bit more. Like if we were to do this. And that way we could possibly fit a ladder that comes up right under here. Oh, and now I'm going to be stuck. Well, not for long. There we go. Let's see, how well do you... Don't work at all, okay. But if I were to put, say, a trap door here, would that fix our problem? Let's see, we go from that to... Hey, look at that. Alright. So, basically, as good as normal. Nice. We are going to need to fill in these with full blocks, but that's easy enough to do. In fact, we'll do that right now. So 1, 2, and 3. That's done. We do need one right here. Missed that one somehow. Oh. We'll put you back in a minute. There we go. How are you looking now? A little bit better. Okay. And then we need the stone pieces for this. So cobblestone and stone brick. Oh, I thought we had the mod on where we can climb these things. I guess not. Well then, we're going to move this to the opposite side. Because we can hop out here, hop out there. Table, go back. Let's get rid of you, and you, and you. And we'll drop you, and you, and you in place. And how are you looking now? Cool, we're at 0.27 and 0.27. So we are basically 1% worse than the maximum we could possibly get here. I'm going to call that a pretty good win. Now I think I would like to copy this, and maybe what we'll do is we will do this manually over here, and then I will use the pantograph to copy this the whole way up. And there we go. We have our nice improved staircase. Very smooth. I mean, as far as you get as smooth without the new beams coming in 1.18. And then we have our cellar access. I think we're good. And before I forget, and this temporal storm hits, we do need to fix a couple things here. So that we need to bust out these guys, place them with some acacia, and then we need to hope that we have enough fences to finish this whole thing. And I'm not sure we do. We don't. Uh-oh. I think I can make some more, though. Alright, we got them. With 2 left. And these are staying open because this will butt up against the side of the staircase, or the stairwell that goes here. Okay, I'm going to probably sleep through this temporal storm because we have that enabled on the server, and then get back to work on the house. I'll see you all in just a moment. And with that all sorted, I think it is time for us to build our little staircase. Well, I think the part that goes around it is the case, and the stairs are the stairs, right? I'm not a carpenter, I don't know. So let's go ahead, and I have made some more conglomerate stone bricks. I took a break to make some more chisels too. And you'll see that I don't have a ton of limestone bricks. Got plenty of limestone cobblestone and conglomerate cobblestone, but not exactly a bunch of bricks. Well, I'm going to get around that by a little bit of something that we in the business call cheating, which is going to do a bit of this. Like so. Bingo bango, instant block. Now, do note that in 1.18, well actually I think even 1.17, this isn't actually possible, but the Chisel Tech tools kind of seem to override the game's default rule set, and yep, you can do it. So yeah, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get the staircase in, and then we'll move on to the next big task. Okay, I think I like the staircase. It's big, it's bold. You'll always know that you're pointing east when you're pointing away from the staircase. And by east, I meant to say west. And yeah, I think the next thing to do is we need to fix this, because this looks just awkward. So let's get our digging tools back out. And I hope we have enough inventory space, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? So we are going to dig up these guys around here. Replace them with some of these. And then we'll sort of dig a new path that's actually going to need this back. Now that I think about it, there we go. And we will just bring this in like this. And we will bring it back to the centerpiece. Except that what I want to do is, this is going to be like a little special thing. And so rather than have the path go straight up to it, I think I want to have the path be a circle around it. And so I'm going to take up this path as well and replace it back with dirt once again. And we will turn this into a path of a circle that all spreads out into the different directions. And there we go. We now have a much cleaner central pillar area and road, and this is going to be the site of something. Okay, with that all done, I think it's time to get to these. These are going to be a problem, sort of, because this is kind of an awkward space. There's a lot of space, which is great, but we don't really need that much space for animals, because we can only keep a maximum of 10 of each kind. And that's due to rules just to make sure that the server is not suffering performance-wise from too many animals. So we have a real big space to work with and a real ugly back wall. I mean, this is just, ugh. We've got weird brick slabs just doing their weird things and all this dirt hanging out under here. And I think, bear with me, I think the answer isn't going to be to try to cover it up and use all the area, because, again, it's a lot more than we need, and when you're trying to slaughter animals, you don't want to be having to weave your way through them and get the one in the corner back here. So what I think I want to do is, I want to square this off. I want to have our wall come straight out from here, follow this line out to here, follow this line out to here, and under here, we can probably just stone it for now, and then figure out what to do with it later. But I think that's going to come in a different episode, because this one has become quite long, and I think it's time for me to call it with the building of the cellar, not the filling of the cellar, just the building of it, and the balcony and the associated superstructure underneath Fort Food. And now we finally have a functional staircase too, and access to the cellar from here. Now, when I say that we're going to figure out what to do with this later, what I actually mean is that the other gears are going to figure out what to do with it later. And I say this because, if you haven't been watching my other series, the Vintage Story Guide, you'll know that the guide season is ending soon, but also, this season will as well. At least for me. The other gears are going to keep recording probably, and putting out new videos, but I need to get ready for the second season of the Vintage Story Guide and that's going to eat up too much of my time for me to spend here on the Rusty Gears server. Now, I know some of you have already expressed your sadness in seeing me leave the server, but there will still be plenty of vintage story content for me on the channel, so look forward to that. My plan here is to finish Fort Food, do some cleanup, and then bequeath it to the other gears so that they can use it for producing flax and plenty of food year-round without having to worry about winter, although you do worry about winter here, but only for some of the more sensitive crops. So I do foresee a few more episodes of Rusty Gear Season 2, with finishing up a Fort Food and bringing the animals inside. That is the plan, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing Fort Food finished, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing what else is next on the channel. Anyway, that is about going to do it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.